when you have the baby, tell me what happens. You have the baby, and then you take the baby home, and then you're just at home with the baby?
Yeah.
Isn't that
we were
scary?
wondering, like, what do
Tell
you
her
do?
on baby number 2. You know what happened on
terrifying.
baby number 2?
What?
So both times we've lived pretty close to the hospital. Not more than a 10-minute drive, really, to 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
On the drive home this time, I pulled over just to double check because I was like, "Is he all right? Is he being strangled by the
They're
seatbelt?"
so tiny.
They're so small in that car.
You're
seat.
driving home
my
from the
God.
hospital.
from the with
You put
baby,
it in a
and
car
I'm like,
seat?
So wait,
I'm starting to
oh
panic.
My gosh,
Yeah.
See, I
they're
didn't even
so
think about that.
young.
yeah, they're like this.
But that's
and
what
the
you're
car
supposed
seat
to
looks
do
like
in
this.
case you have an accident or anything.
Oh yeah, and you
Because-
pack them in there and
But the
my
first
God.
kid, we didn't even know how to buckle a kid into the car seat.
Right.
Yeah.
that's-
We had to ask the nurse to come out and help us in the hospital. I'm like, how do we do? I don't fucking know. Like, you
Yeah.
take that baby home and you're sleep deprived already because you've been giving, you gave birth 24, 48 hours before, and now you've got this being, and it's
we did shifts.
it's so terrifying.
We would take
yeah.
shifts. I remember we were watching a Star Wars movie,
Yeah.
and it was like 6 days later, and we were 15 minutes into this movie. So we would watch, and then you'd think, I'm going to watch it. You'd watch like a minute. You're like, oh my God, you just passed out. And then you'd wake up because the baby woke up. And then, it'd be like 3:30, and she'd be like, go to bed. And I'd go to bed, and she'd be on the couch.
Wow.
Like, it was-
Were you guys just like
crazy.
off during that time? You clear your
On,
schedule?
like,
yes,
work?
it was kind of great because it was
Yeah.
December.
Yeah, near December
yeah.
14th, I gave
Oh.
birth to Ellis. So it was right before the holidays. So it was
That's almost your birthday, Ela.
Yeah,
It was a nice-
December
but
12 is my birthday.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. But you're gonna have a summer baby, which is kind of even better because you're not into cold and flu season. So they read you like, don't take the baby into the mall; it's gonna catch this airborne diseases. And that's nice because in the summer the days are longer, so
That's true.
it's gonna be easier for you
Well,
guys.
we're gonna take like 2 weeks off for sure. I think Ela will take longer. I'll just.
I hope so.
yeah,
Yeah,
No,
Well,
yeah,
no, I mean,
but
I'm just gonna come in and do the podcast or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that enough? We were
You
wondering.
take as much time as you want.
For you, I'm wondering.
Well, I'm
Uh,
just gonna run in, and
yeah.
I think it'll be fun to talk to everybody about what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not a big commitment,
Got some
Yeah.
I got some ideas for you.
but I'm very excited to spending like just that family time.
It's great. You'll never get that again.
Yeah.
Especially first baby. It's like
Yeah.
Is that the
It's cool.
scariest moment? Like when
Yeah.
that first baby, you just bring it home and you're like,
seems
I'm
so
terrified of
crazy.
that. Like
Yeah.
seriously.
Well,
Yeah.
here's what you can do to help. If you have a mom who you want to have around you,
Yeah.
some people don't. I didn't. And so if you don't have a parent or some maternal figure that can walk you through it, hire someone. If you can afford
Right.
it. If you can't afford it, hire someone. Hire a doula, somebody who can help you through your pregnancy and delivery and be there just to take care of you and that baby and your family. Because we were lucky we had a girl come and cook for us a little
that's
and,
amazing.
Oh,
and
wow.
help us out. Yeah, it's kind
we
of
didn't have
you need
family
help.
though.
We didn't have any
That's
family.
No family.
definitely a rougher.
No.
I mean, my mom plans to come visit, but she
Yeah.
You'll be there for a
probably-
couple weeks when you give birth, and my
Yeah.
mom lives here.
Yeah.
And there is that thing. It's like the first 90 days. That's
That's
the
camp.
hairiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you want to get through.
But just know that after the first 90 days, it gets a lot easier.
Yeah.
They turn into babies and
Get
they're
all
like,
cute and they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
awesome.
You start to see personality.
But you
stuff and,
Yeah.
you were telling me about the car ride home. You
Yeah.
didn't finish that story, did you?
No, just that I was like, is he all right? And she was like, yeah, he's fine. And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, do you want to pull over? I go, yeah, I want to pull over. Okay, pull over. So I pulled over and I mean, it was like one of those like OCD kind of
Yeah.
things where you're like, did I lock the door? Did I
Yeah.
lock the door? Like it was like that. I just, I was like, yeah, he's all right. I just had to double check.
Mm.
Even though,
Worth it.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
pull over real quick.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
that's a thing. Yeah.
So you spend the night in the hospital for a day or two?
So it depends on the delivery. If you have an easy peasy, whatever
Called
delivery
a
with
puss
no
delivery.
post delivery, if it comes out of if it blasts your V-hole and there's no complications, you could be out of the hospital within like 48 hours, right? If you have a C-section, they might keep you there from like 3 to 5 days, from what I understand.
Wow.
So
It's a lot.
They monitor you because they want to make sure there's no internal bleeding or problems with you and the baby. It
That's
just
good.
depends on how easy it is. How
I mean, it's pretty
problematic.
incredible how women just used to fucking die.
Oh yeah.
It's terrifying.
Oh, and
Yeah.
what happened was women used to deliver before the discovery of soap and washing your hands in between delivery. Women would die on the birthing table because physicians didn't know to wash
Just
their
nasty
hands.
old hands going in there. Do you mind if I finger you?
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I can't imagine
crazy.
like now having a baby. We don't assume that it's risky
Gender.
or life threatening.
Yeah.
Gender, right?
We don't
That's what I
assume
meant.
that. But you don't
Oh, you're
ever
not
assume
gonna
gender.
assume the gender, are you?
I had an idea for a funny YouTube video, and
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna tell you guys the idea. We were gonna do. You know how people do these gender reveals?
Yeah.
The balloons and
Yeah.
the pink and the blue. So when we found out the gender, I was gonna do a video on our YouTube channel, and the balloons pop and it's white, and I look at the camera and go, "How dare you expect me to assume the gender of my baby?
Yeah.
Shame on you."
I like it.
I thought it'd be
like it.
Ela
I
vetoed it.
love it.
You
No.
like it?
Should I still
I like
do
it.
it?
It's funny.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's ruined now. I thought it would have been such a great 2-minute little.
Yeah, it's a cute little one.
How dare you?
How
You're
dare
sick. You're everything wrong in this world.
you? Now, are you the kind of people that you're gonna wait until you have it to know the gender, or do you want to know?
I want to know right
I
now.
always
wanna
wanted to
know.
do that
Oh.
thing too, because you see couples in the
terrible.
in the
terrible.
in the hospital posing with the baby. I always fantasized that in the room next door was like a black family, and that I was allowed that they would let me hold the baby, but pose, but be like really disappointed,
God.
like that,
Dude.
that Christina definitely effed somebody else.
But let me tell you, I had a lactation consultant. That's another thing in
Whoa.
the hospital. They come around
They
to make
come
sure you're
around, yeah.
breastfeeding well.
And they
And,
start squeezing those.
they squeeze those tits.
Yeah.
Do
And
they?
Yeah, they
Slap
do.
'em?
They slap them, they suck them, they
Punch
everything. And she told me that. She goes, today I had a pretty crazy day. I go, what happened? She goes, the baby came out and it wasn't the same color as both the parents.
No, wait, that actually
Whoa.
happens.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's
So they
hard
did
to hide.
yeah, and they did a paternity test.
Yeah.
In the
It was
I
hospital.
asked you for that.
Huh?
I asked
Please,
you.
look at our children. They look like you.
The older boy looks just like you.
I know, he's so cute.
Yeah.
But you asked for a paternity
Yeah,
test?
when I was like, this guy looks just like you. I don't see any of me in this.
So stupid.
She wouldn't do it.
Isn't that one of the most fucked up things in the world, though?
Yeah.
When a woman like raises someone else's dude's child.
Yeah. Imagine being like actively. That's the thing is like for that lady possibly, she was actively probably let's say trying to get pregnant. It's like, well, just hop on one other dick, see what happens there too.
That
That's
has to be an
crazy.
accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're cheating like that.
I guess it's got to
I don't
happen
know,
both
dude.
ways.
But she had to know that there was a chance that it was gonna be a black baby.
yeah.
So she's like, please, God, please, because the ultrasound don't tell you that.
No.
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 Hell no.
The doctor's like, you've got a black baby.
During delivery, I'm sure it's like everyone's like, all right, and they're like cheering, and then they're like,
Oh,
it's like, why is it so quiet?
That is so messed up. But all the little things, like when we had the first ultrasound, the doctor's like, we can do screening, or we can do invasive testing, or we put a needle in,
Yeah. You
don't have to
and
do that
we
nowadays?
squeeze. And I was like, whoa, don't
They
be,
can do,
don't be
dude,
sticking
now
my.
they do blood.
no, they can do it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what he said is this. I was like, well, why would I want to do that? The screening is 95%
Mhm.
certain, and then I guess the invasive testing is 90 is certain.
yeah.
I was
99.
like, I'll take the.
Yeah, but now
You're
there's even
fine.
it's expensive, but there's blood tests now that the screening is unbelievable, and they could do it within 10 days.
Why
of you
wouldn't I
being
give him that
pregnant.
option? Was it like
Yeah.
ridiculous?
Maybe it's like
It's very
private.
No,
expensive,
it's not.
but-
It's called Natera. That's what we had. I think around 12 weeks or 14 weeks, they do they take like 15 vials of blood.
Yeah.
But they can tell you everything, man.
Whoa.
What color, their pubes are going to be in.
This baby
Whatever.
will have red pubes. Abort.
Oh, that was another fun one.
Yeah.
If you have like a fun doctor where you can ask, I'm like, so what happens? Because they go through, oh, your tests came back and there's no genetic markers for anything that you would worry about. And I'm like, so how often do people flush? And he's like, happens. Sometimes it's for something like really serious. Like we'll tell him this is like a major genetic defect. He's like, sometimes it'll be like not a health threat. We'll be like, I don't know,
Like an extra finger, he said.
yeah,
or a
like
webbed
and
toe.
yeah, and they'll be like, just abort it. And he's
Yeah.
like, are you sure?
Whoa.
And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, they're like, nah, it's too weird.
How many toes?
What?
No.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
I
That is-
know.
They're like, so the thing is, he's got a big earlobe. They're like, why don't you flush that?
Yeah, flush that. We'll start over.
I don't want to do that
Oh my
shit.
God.
That's how like some people are.
What color are the eyes? Brown? Flush.
Brown like my shit? Like when I shit?
I know.
Actually, we're gonna most likely have blue-eyed babies. Because Ela has blue eyes,
Mhm.
and my dad has blue eyes. So doesn't that mean 75%?
I don't know.
I forget how that shit works. I learned it in 10th grade.
Because
right?
the
Right.
blue is recessive,
It's yeah,
but
you're
it's so
dominant,
dominant because the brown always wins out. But there's, you know what? We're
If she has blue in
Yeah.
her line, then that becomes dominant, I'm assuming, right?
Your dad didn't have blue eyes. He had like hazel.
Brown.
Hazel.
I know that blue, like angels have blue eyes,
Okay.
and I know that
Blue angels?
blue angels have blue eyes.
Like, what? It's like a tough biker gang, but you have to have blue eyes.
Yeah. You guys want to rob this place? Let me see your eyes.
You like your
Beautiful.
doctor? You trust your doctor and stuff?
I don't know. It's like a new doctor.
He seemed cool.
Some cool, but I don't have a background with him.
Oh,
Kaiser.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed nice though. He had a nice little joke. He was like, I've been doing this for 12 years and you could trust me when I say you are pregnant.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was a joke though.
Well, if you don't like him, definitely now's the time to change. Because he's going to be with you at one of the craziest moments of your life.
But
and if you don't trust
who does
him,
the delivery part?
you're OB.
Really?
Generally,
And then, but
Yeah.
there is a possibility that your OB would
Won't
not
be
be
there.
accessible, but most likely
Hmm.
would be your OB.
They all know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I figure. But he will have the front row seat to the
Oh yeah.
fissure.
Front row seat.
You don't see that, do you?
What?
The everything
The
going on
vag
there.
blast?
You didn't
I
watch
mean,
that.
the actual
the vag blast.
when the
Dude.
grenade went off. I
Yeah.
didn't watch that exact moment,
Yeah.
but like I watched that thing. You know, I watched the air pump into it, and I watched it swell
Wait,
up.
air pumping?
What
Yeah,
are you
'cause-
talking
tell me everything,
about?
because when the baby starts coming out, right? There you see pressure forming down there,
Uh-huh.
and then you see after a while you just see hair coming out. It's the scalp, like the baby's,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see it push through a little more.
Yeah,
you can
bro.
Feel that there's pressure there. It's like
Like a giant
a
fart
balloon
building
is
up.
going like
Yeah.
swelling up. And you're like, oh, and then so I'm like, this is about to pop. I don't want to see the pop.
Mm.
You know?
Was there
So-
pop?
No, not really.
But
But there
there's
is
a
the
lot of-
moment where it finally clears and like all the fluid and
And all
And
the
the-
shit
and all the
comes
shit
I didn't
out,
want to
comes
see
out,
that.
says.
yeah.
So let me so
Yeah.
you're by her side, like by her head, and then you like peek. Like how does it
yeah.
work?
So if her head's here,
Yeah.
there's one leg. This mic arm is her leg.
Mhm.
They put your legs
I'm
in stirrups
holding
to push.
Mm.
The leg here,
Okay.
and I got her foot here and this elbow, and
Okay.
I'm leaning back with
So
it.
you can take a peek.
Yeah, so you go like that. You're like, oh shit, everything's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't feel it
Wow.
if you have an epidural. It doesn't matter. All the
That's-
shit they're saying doesn't
Just
even matter.
don't. Whatever you
Feel
do,
it.
don't look at my
Feel it.
face.
And then the doctor,
You're like-
he's taking like handfuls of lube.
Oh, is he?
Oh
What?
yeah,
I didn't
and
know
he's
this.
like
Lubing
and
the
he's-
baby up.
No, he's lubing the rim, like he's
Oh,
lubing,
I
and
didn't know
he goes
that.
like, boop, and he's like,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I felt like he would push it around the baby's head, like try to get the head
Yeah.
out so that I wouldn't
and also
tear,
just like
and stretching it.
Yeah,
but that's
stretch
why they
out.
had to cut my vag because it was just so snug.
And so I have so many questions. What do you remember from like
and
that
weird
experience?
part
Because
was he
Tom
pulls
saw
his dick out. Remember that? And the doctor's like, I got to get some of this too.
he put his
And
dick. He took a bunch
In
of
my
lube and
pee
put on
hole?
his dick.
yeah, it's great.
Well, because Tom had like this whole view, and
Yeah.
there was a lot going on that you don't remember. What do
Yeah.
you remember? Just like lots of pushing, lots
No,
of.
I remember everything. You're not out of it. You're not mentally out of it with the epidural. You're just
physically.
you're physically numb. You can't move your legs and stuff. So they put your legs in stirrups when it's go time. No, I remember everything. You just push. You push like you
just
have to
lots
shit.
of pushing, lots of
You
pushing.
push like it. Well, they like to wait until you're at the right at the head, right at the very end of the tunnel there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you push like you're shitting,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Feel like you're constipated, or it's like a good shit just keeps coming out.
dude, that's interesting. No, it feels like a shit that won't come out, and then all of a sudden, like you feel the head, like he's talking about that moment where the hair, and then all of a sudden, like you feel that pop, like the
It
head
came out. I've had shits like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the shoulders, and once
Oh.
they turn it and the shoulders come out of you, it just goes.
Mm-hmm.
The baby like shoots out of you,
the
and you
baby
literally
comes out
just.
Like in a ball.
In a ball, and
That's
all that
amazing.
shit comes out, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
But it's crazy because you feel everything come out of you in
Wow.
that second. You're like, like it's so
Is that
jarring.
an amazing feeling?
It's unlike anything. It's not like taking a shit because it's literally like your
whole
insides are coming out of you at
Wow.
once, and it's not painful. I don't mean to scare you. It's not painful.
Yeah, it didn't
It's
work.
just it's unlike
amazing.
anything else. Listen. I went back for seconds, so it can't be that bad.
And did you see that moment when the baby came out?
Yeah.
You saw that.
Yeah.
Is that
Once-
amazing? Like this little
Oh
creature?
my God, you're like, yeah, you'll get emotional for
And
sure.
Why?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, because
Why do
you're
you
like,
care?
my life's over,
God.
you know.
Why do you even care? and then so how was the and then so
Pussy.
they cut your
So they cut
what's
my
the
taint.
name of that?
Perineum.
Oh, the perineum. It has a
Chode.
Is there a fun is that what a chode is?
Yeah, I
It's
think
the
so.
skin between the vag
It's called,
and
what's it called
Your
though when
balls
they
in your
cut it? It's
butthole.
called
It's called an episiotomy.
a
Episiotomy.
chodiotomy.
A chodectomy.
So how was it healed?
Yeah, if you
So-
get episiotomy and calamari, it's actually really good.
So here's the deal. The first one,
Bad.
the first one I had, it didn't heal great because she stitched it up kind of funkily.
Mm.
So it healed. It hurt. The scar hurt for a long time. But the second time around, I told to my doctor about it, and then he sewed it up perfectly. And now I don't even.
So what was it you
I
said to the
can't tell.
doctor? Because I want
Yeah.
I want Ela to I want to know that I can ask for it to make sure you stitched up right. What did you say to the doctor?
I said that whoever the fuck did it the first time
Fucked up.
fucked it up.
I'll
and
say that
it's-
to him.
It's
I'll be like,
tender.
whoever delivered the last baby fucked up on
Yeah.
Ela.
You wanna ask if he. I don't know because you might not need an episiotomy. You might be.
Oh, you might. It
and
might
it'll
just
be fine. You
right.
might tear a little bit if you do vaginal. You might need a C-section. Who
Mm.
knows? Ask him if
Okay.
he does episiotomies and how's the stitching work.
I'm gonna
I
say
don't know.
doctor.
What if he's like, I mean, I've done them. I'm not the best, but we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want someone. Talk to women if you can that have gone to him.
Yeah,
and had
that's
their
huge.
episiotomies, or ask women, that have delivered with him.
How do you find women that? Yeah. you find that?
Well, you just get recommended, like,
Mm.
yeah. But you're
'Cause
with Kaiser.
It's all Kaiser.
Oh shit.
I mean, he seems nice. He's a young guy,
Probably.
which I like. He's not like an old fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's probably like 40. He's Asian.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
a-
realize
What does
that.
that mean? I
That's
think
a
it's
big
good.
plus.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah. Of course.
That's interesting.
course.
So he's gonna be actually doing the.
If we want to
delivery?
switch to him, then he's gonna. Yeah, I think so. He'll
And-
pop in at the last hour and be like, "All right,
Yeah, that's what they
Buckets
do.
of lube.
And by the way, the doctor doesn't come in until the very end.
yeah."
So you'll be like pushing, and you're like, "Where the fuck is he?" And he's in the hallway or her, and they'll call her in.
And there's that one nurse. What do they call it? Who's like in charge of the whole thing? Isn't there a name for it?
Oh, I don't know. But there's always a nurse
Head
with a
nurse.
lot of personality for
A
some
lot-
reason. We had them twice. There's someone who's like Shecky Green, and they find out you're a comedian. It's over.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fucking over. And Tom and I
Yeah.
are not shucky ducky all the time, especially when you're having a child.
I would definitely like if they ask you what you guys do, just
You
be like I'm an
don't.
accountant. I work
Yeah.
in fucking sales. Yeah.
Boring.
I always usually just say something like video production, regardless, because
Smart.
I don't ever want to tell.
Know what you should do? You'd be like, what do I do? And then just pull up your YouTube account. Be like, check this out right here.
HH Productions.
Yeah. Hashtag H3
I
Productions.
Hashtag, do you guys like it?
yeah. You're it.
That's
I hate
it's
telling people what I
weird.
do.
It's man.
I avoid it.
It's also like in the delivery room. It's like it's the worst for someone
That's
to
the
like.
worst time.
If
to
you
talk
also,
about
you know, if you're going like this is to me, this isn't like the loose laugh moment, and someone's like, and they start working their personality into you. And I do that thing where I just ignore.
That's
like,
what I
I
do
feel
too.
them
I ignore
trying to
them.
be acknowledged, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to acknowledge you. So I mean, it bothers me, you know. Like,
I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah.
Yeah, I ignored her. Look, and in hindsight, I should have been like, someone get fucking Shecky Green out of my delivery room.
Yeah.
I should have just demanded it, but I didn't want to be.
She
How did they
was,
find out you guys are comedians?
They fucking.
They,
Someone will tell.
talk.
Someone will
They'll
know.
recognize one
Like
of you guys.
one nurse at the station will be like, "That's from the thing," and then tell all the nurses, and then the
Yeah.
nurses are like, "Oh, we got ourselves a little celebrity here, huh?" You know?
Yeah.
people. I think.
Which is what we're looking for when we
Yeah.
go in, right? To be.
I don't think people would ever guess I'm an entertainer or a comedian because I think I'm really very introverted out in the
They might
world.
not guess, but all you got to do is have the guy wheeling the meal to somebody's room, walk by, and be like,
Right.
that's Ethan.
Well, they
Klein."
go that's
And then
H3H3, and people are like, "Who the fuck? What does that mean?"
Right, but then he'll be like, "You don't understand," and start, and then have you not seen Vape? Fucking, and then it's just it'll go from there. All of a sudden they'll be like, "We were watching your guys' videos last night. Are you dilated?" And they're very funny.
Totally.
You know which one I didn't like? And you'll start hearing
Yeah.
criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be like, "Thank you.
I look for
That's what I
crit-
wanted right
I
now."
look for criticism
Totally.
everywhere I can get it.
Yeah, especially from you,
Crave
nurse.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, take a tour of the hospital before you give birth.
Mm.
Like do it in your 2nd trimester when you're not huge and waddling, so you know what to do when the go time comes.
Yeah. And early register.
Early registration.
Yes.
Mm.
Then
So you
you're
don't do it when you're in
super
labor.
advanced.
What does that mean?
That means like when you can go in, all right, you can register at the hospital for like, have all your information. Here's your name, address, this is your insurance, everything, and then they'll be like,
that's
this
so
is maternity. Then when you come in, you go like, we already registered. They're like, oh yeah, take her up.
Oh,
If
that's
not,
like the hot
you
tip.
arrive and they're
You
like,
should do that.
fill out everything.
Sick
Yeah,
tip.
because when we came in, I was in labor with the first kid.
Yeah.
And, they're like, sit down, fill out paperwork. Does she want to do it? And I was like, fuck no. Like, I'm having contractions right now. Like, I don't want to fill out
Yeah, and they'll like not let people down the hall.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
no,
God.
we need all your.
Wow. Okay, that's a hot tip.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm excited. I seriously am amazed.
Dude, and I'll tell you, too, it's kind of weird because there's life before children, BC, and then after
BC.
children, AC. And you're like, I don't even remember what the fuck we did before we had kids, right?
At this point, no.
All that free time?
Does
Yeah.
it give your life more meaning?
hell?
You feel more
Yes.
purposeful?
Of course, you have to be a total fucking psycho to not think that.